Hi, welcome to this session on journal entries for salary. Employee benefit expenses, that is salary, being one of the major expenses to an organization, it is very important to know how to account for the same properly. Therefore, in this video, we are going to learn about passing journal entries to account for salary expenses. For our understanding of the concept, let us assume the salary details of an organization for the month of June 2020. So first, let me take you through the payroll details of that month. The gross salary includes basic pay, dearness allowance, incentives, house rent allowance, etc. And to this gross salary, there are few deductions. In our case, we have EPF employees contribution 1 lakh, ESI 50,000, TDS on salary 75,000, which totals to 2,25,000. When these deductions are deducted with gross salary, we get the net salary of 7,75,000. Also, the employer from his end contributes to EPF as well as ESI. In our case, they are 1 lakh and 25,000 respectively. This also forms part of employee benefit expense. In most of the organizations, it is a general practice of paying the current month's salary during the next month. Let us keep it in mind and proceed with the passing of entries. The first entry to be passed is the salary due entry. The gross salary, which is 10 lakh in our case, needs to be debited and the various forms of disbursing it needs to be credited. The various forms of disbursing in our case is EPF 1 lakh, ESI 50,000, TDS 75,000 and the salary which is payable to the employee 7,75,000. Therefore, the entry in our case would be on the end of the month, that is on 30th June 2020, we will be debiting salary account debit with this gross salary 10 lakh and we will be crediting the various forms of disbursement. So to EPF payable 1 lakh, to ESI payable 50,000, to TDS on salary 75,000 and the balancing amount, that is the net payable to the employee, to salary payable 7,75,000. Let me explain this entry once again for you. The gross salary as per payroll is rupees 10 lakh. So we debit it because it is an expense. Now we pay the salary to the employees after few deductions. These deductions are nothing but employer paying the statutory dues on behalf of the employee. Therefore, we should credit these liabilities. In our case, it is 1 lakh towards EPF, 50,000 towards ESI and 75,000 towards TDS. So the balance 7,75,000 is to be paid to the employees. This 1 lakh and 50,000 is employees' contribution towards EPF and ESI, which we have accounted. Now we have to account for this 1 lakh and 25,000, which is employers' contribution to EPF and ESI, because this also forms part of the employee benefit expenses. The resulting entries would be on 30th June 2020, EPF employers contribution 1 lakh, to EPF payable 1 lakh, and on the same day ESI employers contribution to ESI payable rupees 25,000 and 25,000. Thus, we have debited the expense heads and given credit to the respective liabilities. These three entries are recorded on the month end. Before proceeding further, let us find out the number of liabilities and the respective amounts that we have created with respect to the payroll which we have considered. So, number 1, EPF payable. The respective liability is rupees 2 lakh. We got this 2 lakh by adding this EPF payable of rupees 1 lakh and this one of rupees 1 lakh. The second one, ESI payable, rupees 75,000. This we got as a result of adding of this 50,000 and this 25,000. Then we have TDS on salary, rupees 75,000 again. And the final one, salary payable, rupees 7,75,000. Therefore, we have a total of 4 liabilities which needs to be discharged in the upcoming month. In the upcoming month, that is July, all the liabilities which were created during June needs to be discharged. So, let us start passing the entries to discharge them one by one. Let us assume that the organization disburses the salary to its employees on 5th of the next month. So, on 5th of July 2020, the payment entry for salary needs to be passed. The entry is, we will be debiting the salary payable account and we will be crediting bank for rupees 7,75,000. As a result, this liability gets knocked off. Next, let us pass the entry for discharging TDS liability. TDS deducted for a month needs to be deposited within 7th of the next month. Assuming that it is paid on the due date, the entry will be as follows. On 7th of July 2020, we will be debiting TDS on salary account and we will be crediting bank account for rupees 75,000. By passing this entry, the third liability, that is TDS on salary, is also discharged. Now we are left with the first and second one. So let us pass the entries for the same. Let us assume that the EPF payable and ESI payable liability is discharged on the same day. The entry would be EPF payable account debit to bank 2 lakh rupees and 2 lakh rupees. And on the same day, that is 15th July 2020, for discharging the ESI liability, the entry would be ESI payable account debit to bank account and the amount would be 75,000 and 75,000. As a result, these two liabilities are also discharged. Therefore, now we have successfully covered all the entries relating to salary expense of a month. Hope you liked the video. If you are facing difficulty in passing journal entry with respect to any transaction, please do leave it as a comment below. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for instant notifications. Let's make accounting simple.